Turkey chapter, our Mexico chapter, and we have guests from far away as Australia. So thank you. What you may not know is that 36 years ago this week, on March 6, 1971, 7 men and women met in Wareham, Massachusetts, at the home of Henry Darling, a medical doctor. And they signed the Articles of Incorporation of the NCGR. The founders wanted astrologers, scientists, medical professionals, and scholars to interact together and to pursue the understanding of astrology as it relates to other disciplines. The name geocosmic sought to avoid the popular misunderstandings of astrology and set the time for set the tone for a serious and scholarly approach to the study of the correspondence between the Earth, geo, and life on Earth, and the cycles of the cosmos. The first 3 chairs were medical doctors, and we'll explore the history of the NCGR through this PowerPoint presentation, and we'll also explain what we're doing today for those who are new members and who may not know that much about this organization. Okay. We're waiting for the light. The goal of NCGR is to build community through astrological research and education. We do this through our education and certification program, our publications and website, our professional empowerment program, our chapters, special interest groups, our research endeavors, and conferences. Through our education and certification program, NCGR offers traditional instruction through conferences, local chapters, and distance learning solutions, which are all designed for aspiring professionals interested in pursuing certification. We have a curriculum study guide, which is available here, and it's new and updated. It encompasses all 4 levels of our program and includes new material on traditional Hellenic, Vedic, Chinese, and Mesoamerican schools of astrology. These 2 ladies, Joan Nagus and Joanna Shannon, were the original co-directors of the NCGR education program. They're here in spirit. This is graduation day for the class of 1996. And tomorrow night we'll have a graduation ceremony in this room for the class of 2007. Here's our 2001 group. And here I am in Istanbul, Turkey, where I presented certificates to many of the that group. And this is our current Director of Education, Shirley Sofer. Our NCGR publications include the Geocosmic Journal, the Member Letter, e-news from NCGR, which is delivered weekly, our website, and books. These are some of the past Geocosmic journals, and back issues are available on the 5th floor at the registration desk. Our Director of Publications is Paula Gassman, who's not here at the moment. Our Director of Advertising Sales, Arlene Nymark, and Lee Weston is the current editor of the Geocosmic Journal. Our editor of the Member Letter is Ronnie Gail Dreyer. E-News from NCGR for members only is brought to you by Leanne Thomas Wade, who's also NCGR's Executive Secretary. And the person that makes me look really good and keeps me sane. The NCGR website has everything you need to know about NCGR. Our webmaster is Ken Irving, and coming soon, you'll be able to purchase MP3 downloads of conference lectures, this conference, and in the near future, past conferences as well. And we have Mark Kunzel, our Director of Media and Communications, to thank for that. We also have the Essentials of Intermediate Astrology, which is our companion book to our Level 2 in our certification program. And that was edited, compiled by Alfie Lavoie and edited by Lorraine Welsh, and there's an introduction by Rob Hand and articles by many wonderful astrologers. And Lorraine Welch and Frances McAvoy of the Boston chapter for many years were the editors of the NCGR Journal and Geocosmic Magazine, and they were the backbone of the publications department, along with Maria K. Sims, who was the former chair. Our professional empowerment program seeks to be, and this is a new program that we're trying to get off the ground, and it's your resource for support and guidance as you pursue your career in astrology. We will have professional empowerment panels throughout this conference, as well as tiers in chapters. There's actually a picture of me in the upper left-hand corner, much younger and thinner. I think that was 1988. We have Margie Herskovitz, who was a staple of the Baltimore chapter for many, many years. She can't be with us this weekend. And some members of the New York chapter. And the chapter builds camaraderie and is truly the backbone of NCGR. I want to thank all the volunteers. Our special interest groups foster dialogue among people of similar astrological specialties, and our current special interest groups focus on asteroids, declination, star walks, and the Uranian Society, which is Uranian and cosmobiology. These SIGs also help to promote research in astrology, and Jan Warren Allen serves as our SIG director. NCGR Research provides, we have articles, advice, and free research tools that you can download. Our current research director is Terry McCartney, who says every astrologer can do research, and at the most elementary level, we all do, as we observe correlations among human phenomena and cosmic phenomena. And Terry organized the wonderful research symposium that was held today. And there is a copy of the compendium of wonderful articles that you can purchase at the registration desk if you aren't able to attend that symposium. NCGR research has a rich history. Michael Muncasey, Alfie Lavoie, Lee Lehman all served as past research directors of NCGR. NCGR conferences. Well, what can I say? Fun, education, and friendship. And that is Michael Luton doing an imitation of an Oscar. And that's our beautiful former chair, Maria K. Sims. And you might even notice Robert Hand, probably that picture is taken in the 1970s, I would suspect. That's where the Penta Hotel, last time we had a conference at the Penta Hotel in New York. You can visit our online store to purchase tapes from our extensive archives, including lectures by Michelle Gauquelin, Neil Mickelson, Nancy Hastings, Edie Custer, Mary Downing, and other great astrologers no longer with us. And I just can't say enough about our project to digitize these lectures. It makes it easier for you to purchase and listen to them, because you can listen to them as MP3s and as CDs, but it's also preserving these for generations to come, I hope. NCGR is a proud co-sponsor of UAC. You can be the first person at Geocosmic Alchemy or online to register and win a free pre- or post-conference workshop of your choice. And some of those post-conference and pre-conference workshops are by Richard Tarnas, Stephen Forrest, Nick Campion. I can't remember everybody, but that will be next May 15th to 20th, 2008.
When does registration start?
Thank you. Good question. 7:45 a.m. on Saturday. At the registration. Now, you might ask, did somebody choose that time? Yes. So, 7:45 a.m. on Saturday, and if there's like 10 people there, we're going to have a little lottery to see who wins the pre-conference or post-conference workshop. Our activities at UAC will include that practice building seminar that I mentioned, and also on Thursday in the afternoon, each organization is doing some type of workshop, and ours will be information technology for astrologers, tools, tips, and trends for the 21st century. Charles Emerson, though he never served as chair of NCGR, is considered to be the father of NCGR. That's our natal chart. Enough said about that. This was the NCGR board in 1983. And that's a really young-looking Maria, I believe, in the upper, would be your upper left-hand corner. You'll also see in that picture Joan and Ken Nagus, Neil Mickelson, Rob Hand, Michael Munkasey, Margie Herskovitz, Gina Knight, Jeannie Long, Mary Downing, someone I don't know, and Nancy Hastings. This is the board circa 2002 in Maria Sims' backyard in New Hampshire. And this is sort of our current board. Not quite, but, and some are missing, and this was taken on Cape Cod, Skakit Beach I got married on in 2006. I got married in 1996. The picture was taken in 2006. Okay, and these are some people that served NCGR selflessly for years. This is Dr. Harry Darling, the first chair and co-founder with Charles Emerson of NCGR, and he was followed by Dr. Henry Altenberg and Donald Wharton, who I am not able to get pictures of. If anyone has those pictures or knows where I can get them, please email them to me or something along those lines. This is Neil, Rob, Maria, me. These are our current officers: Joyce Levine, Warren Kinsman. Our elected directors: Francis McAvoy, Jan Warren Allen, Janet Barrows, Paula Gassman, and Lee Weston. Our appointed directors: Mark Kunzel, Terry McCartney, Grace Morris, Donna Woodwell, Gloria Starr, Shirley Sofer. Members of our advisory board. The advisory board is comprised of people that have served NCGR with distinction, former board members, and people who may have a special expertise, like Brad Clark, CPA, as well as distinguished astrologers from around the world: Bernadette Brady, Nicholas Campion, Stephen Forrest, and there's more, and more, including Dr. Richard Tarnas, and Joanne Bridge, Medela Esker, Irene Goodale, Vivian Martin, and Donald Warden. And finally, our staff, Ken, Leanne, and Ronnie. Thank you. Now I'd like to take a moment to thank many of the hard-working people who helped to put this conference together. First of all, the conference, first of all, what I really like to do is say, this conference doesn't happen without you. And I want to thank everyone for coming, truly. The very first person to register for this conference, I'm not sure if she's here, her name is Maria Kotzenbach. Maria? Well, we have a gift for Maria. And it's an NCGR mug and a $25 gift certificate to the Geocosmic Alchemy Trade Show, which is on the 5th floor. And so we will give those to her when she checks in. I'd also like to thank our registration volunteers this morning, Linda Fay, Judy Johnson, and Kay Schinker, Pam Champy. Would those 4 people please stand so we can acknowledge? We had a couple of glitches early this morning, and these people really held it together. They were wonderful. While we're talking about Linda was a board member who retired this year after, I don't know, 8 or 9 or 10 years of service as membership director, the most labor-intensive, important job. Again, thank you so much. Linda is on our advisory board and is not going very far. Okay. I'd also like to thank the conference committee members, Shelley Ackerman, who helps with publicity, Dan Warren Allen, who's doing some entertainment, Janet Beres, who is our PR director and also worked at publicity and registration, Von Rose Fine, who's organizing the silent auction, Mark Hunzel, who's doing taping, Terry McCartney for the pre-conference research symposium. Grace Morris is a member of the conference committee and also working on the silent auction. Joe Police, who did the organization of the free speech presentations. Joe, please. He did a great job. And I would encourage you to go to the free speech presentations. They're bringing a whole other level of depth, and they're just, I know, going to be wonderful. So please honor these people by attending. You can pick up a quick lunch or have something from the super fresh packed and ready so that you can sit on those lunchtime free speech presentations. Kay Schinker, who may or may not have already been mentioned, who's also working on the graduation with Maria K. Sims and Shirley Sofer. Gloria Starr, who's organizing the table staff, and Lee Weston, who is a part of the conference committee and keeps us on budget. Arlene Neymar for the trade show sales and selling of journals. Selling of advertising space in the program guide. Arlene, where are you? Stand up. Yeah. Thank you, Arlene. The taping volunteers, Richard Weber and someone else whose name I don't know, please stand. We say thank you in advance. Yes. And I'd like all the chapter presidents and delegates who happen to be in this room to please stand up so we can thank you for your hard work. Members who are here. NCGR board and advisory board. There had to be more than that. And finally, I want to thank again Leanne, who did the registration and so much more for her hard work. She's a wonderful executive secretary of NCGR.